Welcome back, guys. If you're new here, I'm Evie, owner and creative director of Evielutions Design, where I help businesses with all of their branding needs. We're talking about web development, graphic, and printing. All right, so we're going to get into some signs that you need a new website or just a complete rebranding. So as you all know, a website is like your virtual business card. It's one of the first impressions people will get of your brand and business. So if it looks outdated, poorly designed, or unprofessional, chances are you won't get too far in terms of exposure and potential leads. So how do you know if your website needs a makeover? Today, we're going to go through some signs that might just mean it's time for an update. The first sign is your target audience has shifted. So for most companies, they develop their site originally according to what they think would interest their customers. After about 3 years or so, it may be worthwhile to look at what other companies are doing in your industry. If you see that everyone else is using a certain color, font, or even the same picture on their websites, then you might need to make some changes. Websites lose interest quickly when they do not change regularly, and if someone goes through the trouble of following your website regularly but does not feel like you are improving it enough, they're just going to go somewhere else. Another sign is you want to change the direction or add new services. So if you've been working in business for some time and things are going well, then chances are you might be considering expanding. If this is the case, getting a new site can help get this idea across more effectively because people can see what you already do, but also get an idea of what new projects you might be starting soon. It is important to keep an updated website if you want your company's image to stay current in whatever industry you work in. Another sign is your customers just aren't engaging with your website anymore. So if you notice that there is not a whole lot of activity going on, it may be time for an update. You can see how many visitors are coming to your website by checking your analytics. And I do have a video on how to set up Google Analytics. I'll link that here. If those numbers aren't very high, then chances are those visitors aren't staying too long. Try to figure out what could be causing your customers to leave your site. If those reasons do not seem like, an easy fix, a new website may be needed. Another sign is your site is difficult for customers to use. I've seen this time and time again. A good content structure is not only important for SEO, but also so that all visitors can easily find what they are looking for on your website. Users need to be able to navigate your website easily, find the information that they want quickly, and have functional links. Another reason why people may not be staying on your website is because it takes too long to load. It's tough going to a website that takes forever because it is not only frustrating, but it's also time consuming. As you know, people nowadays, they just want everything like this, So customers will not spend a lot of time on a site that is not user-friendly, so that may also be a sign you need a website, a new website. I talk about this one time and time and time again. Your website is not mobile responsive. Oh my God, this one drives me crazy. So, if your site is great for desktop computers but practically useless when it comes to a mobile device, then it's not May, it is time to upgrade your efforts. So thankfully, most people use their mobile devices when engaging with websites nowadays. But if your website does not perform on different types of devices, this is a huge problem. Typically, like more than half website visitors, they're coming to you from their smartphones. So if they cannot get the full experience of what you have available, they will likely go somewhere else. So getting a new site can help people get the full value of what you provide, regardless of how, they choose to interact with you online, whether it's on a laptop, a desktop, a tablet, their smartphone. All right. The next sign is your competitors have improved or rebranded. You guys have to be aware of what your competitors are doing. So if other sites in your industry look better than yours, that's definitely a sign it's time to get a new website. This gives you the opportunity to experiment with, different layouts, colors, fonts that might help your company's website stand out more than before. You will likely gain a lot more attention if you look different from everyone else that is out there. All right, the next one is outdated technology. There are several reasons that your company might need a new website. If you have not kept up with the updates, software, different computers, how your website works or interacts with different internet browsers, then, you may see some trouble going on with your website. Even popular sites like Facebook have had problems with failing. I mean, wasn't it Facebook and Instagram? All of that was like down for like almost a whole day a couple weeks ago. So, it can happen. Failing to produce apps for new devices and websites that are designed only for certain browsers instead of taking advantage of new technology. Sign is it has been too long since you made any changes. I'll get busy, but if you go more than 6 months without making any updates to your website, then chances are it needs some attention. There may also be something about it that just makes people want to leave. This includes broken links and images and anything else that might not work when someone comes across your website, depending on their device or browser. So this one, it may not require like a new website, but definitely an overhaul and just reviewing on a regular basis. The next one is your web design doesn't look professional anymore. Okay, so times change. Okay, and so you have to be aware of that. A lot of times people who started their company or made their own website many years ago probably, used a template, and the internet has come such a long way since then. So old websites often have like website trends that are dated and could be causing your customers to just exit. And so making your site up to date with current standards will make it stand out more and look better than it did before. So, guys, does any of this sound like you? You have to know that a website is definitely more than just a pretty face. It is an essential part of your company's marketing strategy. And for a lot of businesses, it's an essential part of their business in itself because it either is collecting sales, or they have some type of HR portal and things going on the front end and behind the scenes that help them to run their business. So when you need to replace your current site, there are a lot of things that you need to consider. So if this video has raised any concerns about your own web presence, then it may mean it's time. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next week. All right, bye.